Kamakura is an enjoyable area just outside of Tokyo, and the former capital of Japan. Being by the ocean, it's a great place to check out some sights. In addition to seeing the Great Buddha, and being accosted by groups of school children asking their school project questions, we wanted to see some things off of the beaten path. Let's think about the past for a moment. Kamakura is surrounded by mountains, making a natural line of defense. Of course, people needed to get in and out, so 7 paths were cut into the mountains to make things easier. When I read that some of these paths are still around, I made it a goal to go trek on at least one of them. The Asahina Kiridoshi sounded like it was reasonably easy to get to, so we took a bus out to the general area and started to hike out by the cemetery. It was hard to believe that only a few meters away was the pass. Please note that if you are doing this hike, there is a bus stop that is much closer to the entrance. We did some extra sightseeing and walked down the hill first. The first part of the trail led by some houses, including this abandoned house. I also noticed some nightshade growing along the road. The path is surrounded by trees and high hills. Each of the 7 passes was cut into a natural low area. This one, Asahina, also has a stream running along it. A couple of the paths have had roads built over them, but a few of the other passes still exist. As we went along, we saw some other areas that had been carved out. Oh yeah, we were still getting over our colds, so the occasional cough crept up. It was also still in the high 20s for temperature, and both of us were sticky. It wasn't as bad as Shikoku though. Up ahead, you can see the fork in the road. Saburo Waterfall is there, which was refreshing to see. The sign says the Asahina Kiridoshi is to the left, so let's go left. Here's some more of the wall. We traveled from the Kamakura to the Yokohama side, so it was a steady walk uphill for much of the way. It was nice pausing to look at the vegetation around, like this bamboo grove. And this late blooming hydrangea. Legend says that Saburo Yoshihide, a samurai with superhuman powers, cut the pass in one night. It's more likely that it took a few years, though. The stream also runs in the middle of the trail in some areas, so be prepared for slippery rocks and mud. As we walked, I kept seeing these blue and red tiger beetles. They would run and then fly off down the trail, earning them the nickname of Michioshie, or Michishirube, or Teach the Way in English, as it's almost like an invitation to follow them. You don't want to get too close though, as those jaws look like they could deliver a pretty good pinch. Some of the trail gets pretty lush with plants. And some of it has some more modern reinforcements. This path is a protected area and is maintained for people to enjoy. I imagine it has more busy times, but when we visited, we only saw 2 other people. Even though the trail is pretty much a straight line, it had some pretty amazing views, especially once you get into the cut rock area. We started on the Kamakura side, but you can start on whichever side that you prefer to start on. Keep in mind, the trail is uphill both ways, and both directions have their challenges. There were some small old markers along the way. It was really amazing to stop and look at the cut stone walls.
So I knew I was going to regret it a little. I stepped in some mud back there. Cold, dirty feeling.
That brings back memories. The mud really was gritty. I washed my foot as best I could in the stream water, and you can hear in my voice that I was still suffering from the cold that we had caught. You can see some small holes dug into the rock. Some of these were used for religious activities, and some may have even been used to store the bones of the deceased. This was the location of a tea house. Since many people were on foot, people would stop to rest and have some tea. Nowadays, there's no tea here. And keep in mind that there are none of Japan's nearly ubiquitous drink vending machines along the way, so be sure to have some water with you before you start. This is my only regret about having been here. We didn't head up to the shrine on the Yokohama side. I guess it's a reason to go back. While descending on the other side, we saw this little freshwater crab walking among some sandbags. Here are some more alcoves cut into the rock face. The sound of traffic began to mingle along with the sound of the forest.
It's like you keep thinking like, oh, it's done. We're just going to go into forest and then...
We eventually met up with a busy overpass. It was a bit of a jarring return to modern-day reality, as we also passed by a welding factory. This last tree was pretty amazing. A Japanese squirrel paused during its foraging and had a good look at us. I hope you enjoyed seeing a bit of this historical trail. As always, thanks for watching.